Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Solana. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Also, I have two donation links down below in the description. If you want to support the Ukrainian refugees, you can do so by going over to the official website and you can donate directly to the fund. So let's get on with the technical analysis now. As you can see, you do have a Fibonacci retracement on your chart right now, and we are coming over to the 786 support, and we've bounced from there, right? You didn't really bounce off the exact line, but you were in the area of this support. And right now, you are in the golden ratio, or you're getting rejected by the golden ratio, I should say. And this is quite negative because you had a little pump above the golden ratio here at the beginning of September. You ran into the 382, but right now you're basically failing to break through the golden ratio. So I would imagine us coming back down here to the 786 is a very possible scenario. If that happens, we're probably losing the support of this descending triangle that we're in right now. And if you want to know what is the technical target from this pattern, is you basically take a trend line from where it was created all the way down, and then you take that trend line and place it at the potential point of breakout, and you're going to get your technical target. For Solana right now, that is seemingly $25, but we can be a bit more conservative here, and we can say that it's going to be $26, which is basically the previous swing low that we printed in June of 2022 when we had the initial dump. And that is a very, very possible target, very realistic in my opinion. If you want to set up buy limit orders in advance, no one is going to stop you. That's a very smart thing to do in case we have an overnight capitulation, or when you're at work and you're not paying attention to the charts. If you have those limit orders, they're going to be executed through the capitulation, and then you usually have a very quick recovery in like the next 20 minutes, so you're already in profit, and by the time you wake up, you can even be in profit, 10%, you can have 10% of profit. But that's not the point. The point is buying at these cheap prices if that's what you want to do. Obviously, if you're buying for the long term, and you have an outlook of around about 2 to 5 years, then buying in at these prices here doesn't really it doesn't really matter if you buy at 29.7 or 26. There is a bit of a difference there, but still it's not going to matter if you're going to be taking profits at $300. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And overall, if I keep zooming out, you can see that we are in this massive buy zone that I had for you. So anywhere from 36 all the way down to 19 on the price action, this is a zone where I think we're going to be accumulating for the before the next bull market. And right now we are near the upper level of this buy zone. However, I do think there is a possibility that we do dump all the way down to our lows of the previous correction in May of 2021. Yes, that still could happen. If Bitcoin decides to drop back down to $14,000, altcoins will get obliterated. And at that point, that is going to be your opportunity to make a lot of money by buying up all of the lows and dollar cost averaging into the projects, for especially if you have been buying at these all-time high prices here. You can dollar cost average into your projects, and you can just wait for the next year and a half. And once you enter the bull market, you're gonna see that all the time you have waited it's all gonna be worth it in the end. So let's switch over to the daily RSI. As you can see over here, we do have a channel up pattern. Obviously, you can see this little fake out that we had. Well, it's not that little, but we went all the way up to the index of 80, and this was obviously in March of this year into April. And that was a little bit of a fake out, but after that, we have been adhering to the resistance and support of this channel. And at some point, you are potentially going to break down, because usually if you have a channel up pattern, you break down from it. And if you have a channel down pattern, you break to the upside. So So here, obviously, we have a channel up pattern, and there's a very, very strong possibility that we may see a dump all the way down here to this horizontal support that we have retested multiple times before this year. So once in January, once in May, and potentially we're going to have that last touch either in November after the FOMC meeting, either in December or January after that sort of last pullback before we eventually start getting bullish towards spring 2023. And that's when I think we are going to start printing higher highs and higher lows. And from there, we're going to go into the bull market towards the beginning of 2024. So keep that in mind. And like I said, if you want to be taking some profits, you want to be swing trading, look for the top of this channel up pattern. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections already in the past 6 months, 7 months. And if you run into that level once again, that's going to be a very nice level to take some profits at, and then you can buy back in at the bottom of the channel or at the middle point of the channel. That's up for you to decide. And obviously, you may see a break to the upside, a fake out like you saw over here. That is also very possible, but there are no guarantees, obviously, because you never know what's going to happen. So you have to be ready for both outcomes. And obviously, if you see a dump out of the channel, which I think is very possible to happen before the end of the year, buying here is going to be a very good opportunity for you guys to make a lot of money, because even if we go back to the previous all-time high from $24 to $240, that's a 10x. That's a 10x, guys. And you know, just buying and sitting and doing nothing and just getting a 10x in 2 years, I don't know where else you can do that. So appreciate that and be patient with it. Okay, be patient with your investments. Now let's switch over to the Binance website. So moving over to the Binance website, I do want to show you the weekly chart and just look at how overextended we are from the EMAs. So you haven't had a back test of the 20 EMA in a while. You haven't had a back test of the 55 weekly EMA in a while. And usually if we, let me just hit Alt I, and this actually reverses the chart. And look at this picture here. So you are very overextended from the 20 EMA. And if this was a bull market and we were in an uptrend rather than a downtrend, I would tell you that we are most definitely going to see a move to the downside here, because you're very far away from the EMAs. The EMAs are very far from each other, and you know, this is just a recipe for disaster. But if I switch that back, you can see that actually what is happening here is you have a very nice double bottom pattern on the weekly chart. Your target is going to be the weekly 20 EMA and the weekly 55 EMA, with your key resistance level over here at 78.7, because that's the support we bounced off of in March. So that is a level that we still haven't retested as resistance, and I'm pretty sure we're going to do that. Maybe we're going to even do that in November. Who knows? So with this double bottom pattern, let me just give you the technical target from that. Okay. So that is going to be somewhere around $67.6, and that's exactly where the 55 EMA is right now. But keep in mind the EMAs are constantly moving. So you're in the bottom here, you're at the bottom levels, and I do think this is one of the best opportunities. You're going to have to buy Solana. Obviously, you could potentially see another dip down. You know, I can't guarantee that we're not going to be going down lower, but what I can guarantee you is if you don't buy all in right now and you do see that pullback towards $25 to $20, you're going to have some money left to buy that dip. And if you do that, your average buying price is going to be somewhere here at $24, $25, $26. And with that average buying price, I do think we may be able to have some nice profits if I just bring out this Fibonacci retracement here. So from this low that we printed in June this year to the swing high that we printed in November, you do see that the all-time high was here at $264, and our 1.618 is going to be here at $1,113. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that next bull market, but anything is possible. Look at BNB. Look at projects like Dogecoin. That's a really bad example, but yeah, it is an example. But yeah, just forget that I mentioned Dogecoin. And one last thing that I do want to mention for you is that on the weekly chart, you do have this diagonal resistance trend line, okay? And this is going to be a very important resistance trend line for us to break. And if you see that trend line broken, that is going to be a major, major giveaway that we're flipping bullish, okay? And as you can see, if you don't lose this buy zone here, then you're going to be in the apex of this sort of pattern here sometime in May of 2023. So even if the bear market continues up until spring, at this point here in April, March, May next year, you're going to have to make a decision, and you either break to the upside or you break to the downside. And believe me, if we are still here by that point, there's a 99% chance that we're going to break to the upside, because at some point you are going to see the reversal, right? You have 1 year of bullish, 1 year of bearish, 1 year of bullish, 1 year of bearish. It's all cyclical, and that's how it goes. So yeah, I would be glad if we stayed in the bear market until May 2023, but I highly doubt that we will. So we don't know how much time we have left to buy these cheap prices, but all I know is that we have to dollar cost average when the opportunity is there, and we have to make the most of it. So yeah, thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join me on my Patreon. I do drop in weekly podcasts, low cap gem calls, market sentiment analysis, and obviously I take a look at your requests for technical analysis and for videos that you want me to upload. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.